A z nami Mathew Tyrmand, Polak, Amerykanin, konserwatysta, dziennikarz i działacz konserwatywny. Hello, Matthew. Matthew, what is the reception of Donald Trump's speech in Warsaw? What did the American people find out about Poland from the speech?
Well, the reception has been overwhelmingly positive, with the exception of the cohort of the mainstream media, who has been doing everything they can to undermine the incredibly positive message that Trump put across, especially in the relationship with Poland. If you look at what most people are saying out there in social media as well as in conversation, people are blown away by how strong this alliance is. They learned a lot about Polish history and the proud fights that Poles have fought for so many centuries. Trump did an amazing job highlighting the spirit and the culture of the country. It really was taken in very well by the American people.
Donald Trump said that Poland is a land of great heroes, and you are a people who know the true value of what you defend. Why did he decide to use this kind of phrase? What did he need it for in his policy?
Well, I think that he recognizes that Poland is in a very similar position as the U.S. in one major way, which is it has been an inflection point location for the globalist structures. In Poland, it's the EU. In the U.S., it's the United Nations and other globalist supranational bodies that Barack Obama ceded our nation-state sovereignty to. And he was elected to bring that back, just as Law and Justice was elected to bring back Polish nation-state sovereignty away from those globalist bodies that previous governments had ceded it to. So he structured this narrative of Poland's history, fighting for freedom, fighting for its people on an individualist, nationalist basis as really a strong analog. This cultural connection, it dates back to Poland helping the U.S. fight for its revolution, and then America helping Poland fight in 1920, and then Poland helping the U.S. after September 11th with Iraq and Afghanistan. So he's proven that there's no daylight between our peoples, and now we have two governments in place that are so strongly aligned on philosophy and governing strategy that it's really the greatest alliance that America has, and it's getting now the attention it deserves. No president in American history has ever highlighted the glories and the positive character of Poland, Polish people, and Polish history the way Trump did today. It's really incredible.
Matthew, what is the meaning of the threats that Donald Trump was talking about? We will confront them, we will win, says Donald Trump, on the threats that the world is facing.
I think he's highlighting essentially three threats. One is the most obvious one that he was very directly elected for, which is the fight against Islamofascism, Islamoterrorism, which he sees certainly an analog in the Polish government, also elected to defend Poland against what the European Union is wrecking in terms of open migration policy. So that's number one. Number two is the totalitarianism that still exists in the world, and he obviously made direct allusion to North Korea, because that's very much in the news the last few days with their missile launch, and also Russia and Russia's support of Iran and Syria to totalitarian states. And so Trump believes that Poland can be a strong ally on a moral basis, making the moral equivalence that America feels that we are a nation of good values, of good culture, of fighting for what's good and true, and there is evil out there. And then the third bulwark would be against this globalism, whether it's the Brussels centralization of power that's neutering Polish sovereignty, or the globalist supranational bodies that have tried to break down American hegemony. And Trump realizes that America first is good for the world. An America first ideology stabilizes the world. It has for the better part of the 20th century, and we lost that a little bit in the last 15 years, and now Trump is bringing that back. Poland certainly wants that. His commitment to NATO absolutely proves that he is committed to the security of Central and Eastern Europe, because he recognizes that America has a huge role to play in doing so, in securing Poland. And he said Europe needs a secure Poland and the West needs a secure Europe. So he recognizes, with nation-state sovereignty intact and agreements bilaterally, that you can secure these things without ceding all the power to globalist bodies who end up with their own self-interest in play and often forget those countries that are not as secure, not as stable.
Mathew Tyrmand, thank you very much for this meeting. America first for Donald Trump, Poland first as a country to visit. Dziękuję uprzejmie. To był Mathew Tyrmand.